One of the ways I'm going to try and change my life is by getting up at 6 a.m. If I can get up at 6 a.m, that means I have more time in the morning for myself, which then sets me up properly for the day, which then means I have more time in the day overall to get more work done. And if I can do more work during the day, then that will have an effect on my business side of things and on my financial side of things, fingers crossed. So that's kind of how waking up at 6 a.m. will shift everything else. And I do go through periods of waking up at 6 a.m, but I seem to have massively shifted out of that for far too many months now. So this is going to be my attempt to change that with some different tools and different micro changes. And then of course we'll get to the weekend and everything will be off track again. So yeah. Life. For the last couple of weeks I've been trying some different micro changes to help that 6 a.m. wake up become a reality. So let me show you that now. It is 5 to 11 and I'm gonna go to bed. This is a big moment for me, okay? Because I've been going to bed at like midnight. So we're an hour early, but I just thought of a micro change that I can do now that will help me tomorrow morning, and that is I'm going to open the curtains so that when the sun does rise, the sunlight will come in the morning and it will hopefully wake me up earlier or not more naturally than my alarm. Also going to bed at 11 will also help that, of course, but I just thought that was like a really I just thought that it was a really small shift to help me get up earlier in the morning, especially because it's still light in the morning. So I'm really hoping I can utilize that as much as possible before winter comes. Another little micro change that I have actually been doing a couple of years, I put my phone on do not disturb mode every single night before I go to bed, so that way when I wake up I'm not like bombarded with like notifications and then I'm not like lost in my phone for an hour in bed. Like I am actually really good at doing that, because going on my phone first thing really does not do good for up here. It makes me have a worse day, it makes me feel shit, and it is such a small micro change that has a big impact later on. I really encourage you to all do it. Be proud of me. It is 8:30 and I have showered. I'm gonna chill out with a bit of Netflix. It's 8:30. It's not like 9:30. But the reason it was different tonight is because I had dinner at like 6:30 instead of 7:30. So I think that does make a difference. I would call that a little micro change. Having dinner like an hour earlier. Those LED lights though. Little update on my little curtain trick that I did last night. Definitely did wake up earlier, but I didn't get up out of bed. I snoozed my alarm, then rolled over and didn't get up till like 8. But I'm kind of figuring, well, if I went to bed an hour earlier and opened the curtain, then I think we might be onto a winner. We are already an hour ahead of schedule, so it could be tonight. It could be a 10:30 night. Oh, the drama. I'm so grateful for this blanket hoodie right now because it's cold and this is like warming my bones up so nicely. Highly recommend, from Amazon. I'll link below. Update, it's 11 p.m. Going to bed at 10:30. Not quite worked, but that's because my boyfriend FaceTimed to me and then we got in an argument. Can't really go, oh, sorry, it's 10:30 now, I'm going to bed during an argument. You kind of have to work things out, right? I just thought of another micro change that I could do, and that is changing my alarm sound on my phone. I don't know about you, but I get very used to the same alarm sound. I'm so used to it, sometimes I don't even hear it, not even aware that it's going off. But what if I change it up and put a different sound to it? And that is another little micro change. One step at a time, right? I've set this alarm. Why is it so loud? So that's going to be my alarm at precisely 7:01. Do not disturb is on. Also, I have the Govvee app for my LED lights around my bed. You can set a timer for it to come on, so I have set it to 6:50 and then that will just automatically pop on. The lights will come on and I'll hear the music, and hopefully that's a start to working me back to 6 a.m. Guys, can you see that right now? 25 past 7. I think the different sound alarm actually really helped. It definitely did jolt me out. I was like, oh, what the hell is this sound? A little tiny step. Considering I've got time, I'm going to meditate, and I have not meditated, in a few months. This is the only exception for going on my phone in the first hour of the morning. Meditation is the key to starting up my day properly. So annoyed at myself. It's currently 20 past 9. I've said it before and I'll say it again, this whole process isn't linear. This is like the perfect example to give you. Yesterday I was showered, skincare, ready at 8:30 to just chill out for the evening, and now it's 20 past 9 and I've done none of that, and I'm just now ready to chill out, but I'm just so agitated, I'm so frustrated with myself because I was doing so well yesterday, and I think to myself, well, why has it gone so badly today? Oh, because I was working till 7 p.m. and then I had to make dinner, and then that just kind of has a whole roll-on effect. So really the key for me is to be done with work by like latest 6 and make dinner around 6. This process ain't linear, okay? Another day, another good time, and I'm showered. I haven't done my skincare, but I'm doing much better than usual nights, and that is all because, again, we can trace it back to having dinner at like 6, half 6. Having dinner at half 6 means that I can be ready for bed earlier, which means I can go to bed earlier, providing I don't get distracted on TikTok or Instagram. That's the next hurdle to get over, but for now, I feel like I found a little hack for myself in a way to get to bed earlier is to have dinner earlier. So I've had my nice little warm-up, but now I want to really kind of go in hardcore with it. It's currently a Monday, so from tomorrow, I'm gonna start setting the clock back, and I'm going to take you along on how I'm going to do that. The waking up at 6 a.m. doesn't start with setting the alarm clock for 6 a.m. It doesn't even start with going to bed at 10:30 the night before. We know now that it starts with dinner. Dinner is the main catalyst. If I kind of want to have like a wind down evening, which I do, between 6 and 7 is like cooking dinner, eating dinner time. If I can do that, then I am in a prime position to go to bed at 10:30. It's kind of really difficult when it comes to the weekend, isn't it? Because that's when you tend to stay up later, and therefore you get up later, and then your whole pattern is shifted out. And I've had so many people say that your body does not know the difference between the weekday and the weekend. It just knows its routines and patterns. So really, technically, you should be keeping the same sleep times throughout the weekend too. And of course, that's not always possible, but we can try and implement it as much as possible. And that definitely had an effect on me this weekend because I was up until like 1 a.m. and then today I woke up at 8. But this morning I woke up and I was like, no, this week is the week that I'm going to wind back the clock to get up at 6 a.m. So tomorrow on Tuesday I'm going to wake up at 6:45, and then Wednesday will be at 6:30, and then Thursday will be 6:15, and by Friday 6 a.m. Mic drop. This morning I thought I'm going to prime myself already for my 6:45 wake up call tomorrow, and I went outside and I stood in the garden and got my sunlight in, which, if you know, is very important with setting your internal clock in your brain and in your body to start to wind down for sleep. That's a whole other video in itself. There's a lot of science behind this. I'm going to do a few little micro changes like that, and then hopefully by the end of the week I can say this is how you really wake up at 6 a.m. Let's do it. It is 6 p.m. I don't know what's happened, but I just feel very flat. Someone's flicked a switch and it's gone not quite here, and I don't know. I've got a lot of anxiety at the moment as well. Not a great start to the video, but I did say that I would show you the realistic side to this whole process, and this is very real for me at the moment. I've still got so much more work to do. Maybe I'll try and get some done this evening. I'm gonna go and grab some dinner now. Just had dinner and cleared up, and it is 7:30. So far, so good. We're keeping on track. Still feel flat. Shower completed, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set an alarm, not for the morning but for 9:45. There's already one that says get your ass to bed. I'm going to change that one to 9:40. Let's be weird and awkward and do 9:47. It is exactly 8:30. Who is she right now? I don't usually work in the evenings unless A, I'm really motivated, I have all of this energy and I want to do it, and B, if I'm on a deadline then I have to do it. I'm going to try and do as much as I can in an hour. I'm so tired. I'm tempted to go to bed now. Let's not be hasty. I don't know why I'm crying. So shit at the moment, and it's so ironic because I'm editing the Plateau of Latent Potential video, which you would have already seen. I'm like so determined in there, and I'm ready to freaking kick some ass and bust out some moves, and I'm sitting here now editing it being like, I have none of that, all of that's gone now. And it's been like a couple of weeks. Boys wrong with me. I've cried, I've let it out. Let's go back to it. One tip that I've learned from neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman and Matthew Walker, the sleep expert, to keep lights dimmed as much as possible. Try and avoid putting the overhead lights on. That's why I've got on these two and my LEDs. Turn off all unnecessary overhead lights, and I'm about to go and turn those off now. I think it just lets the body know that it's time to wind down. I'm gonna stick to my little micro changes, and I'm gonna open the curtain, and I'm gonna change the alarm sound on my phone to something I've not heard before. 6:45. Okay, I'm gonna go for radio. Also going to change my LED timer. 45. I'm just gonna repeat to myself, I am getting up at 6:45. That's another little change I'm gonna do. 20 past 10 now. I guess all that's left to say is good night. What's the action? Look. My alarm did not go off. To be honest, I almost scrapped this challenge because my alarm didn't go off, and I thought I'll just refilm it next week because I failed on the first day and that's not good content. But actually, this is real life, and I want to show you the reality of this process and not sugarcoat it to perfection just because the camera's on. So day one did not go to plan, and that's okay. It is 6:15. I realised this morning I was scrolling through all my Fitbit data to see when the last time I went to bed at 10:30 or an earlier time, like last night. Like, this is how bad it is. We're currently in September. I scrolled back till the 14th of March or something. That was the last time I went to bed earlier than last night. That's crazy. It is going to change. Tomorrow it's going to be 6:30. Determined to do this. Let's go get some dinner. Dinner has been had. It is 7:47. I've already done my nebulizer. I kept Groundhog Day in mind. Instead of doing everything the exact same every single day, I decided to twist it up a little bit and do my nebulizer first before getting into the whole evening routine. Anyway, I'm feeling really flat still. It's really annoying. I wish I knew what had happened. Get your ass to bed. Turn it on. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. It is 10 o'clock. I have snoozed my alarm twice, but because I was on FaceTime to my boyfriend, and it's kind of difficult to be like, so's my alarm's going off, so I've got to go to bed now. Even though I did say that, to be fair. It's really sad because I found some footage from 2021. So determined in 2021. I had this dedication, this passion, this fire that I have had again recently. And as I said, I'm gonna change. Just watch me do it. And it's so sad watching that now, and it kind of makes me feel like, oh, it was just a reminder that I've said this before and nothing's changed. And now I'm like, well, am I just repeating history? And my boyfriend's like, well, I'm sure you have changed. And I'm like, yeah, but not my actual life. Like, I'm still living at home. I still don't have a proper income. I'm still financially behind. I'm still pretty much where I was back in 2021, just with 3 extra businesses. I will insert some footage now. Just watch me do this. I know that when I am on my own, I'm not just going to survive on my own, I'm going to thrive on my own. Just fucking watch me. I know so deeply now, in my bones, that this is going to work. I really thought that I was going to do it in 2021. I really thought it, and I really had that passion, that dedication, and it went nowhere. Now I'm 29, 2 years older, almost kind of like doubting myself, like, can I do this? Anyway, this was a segue that I was not expecting to include, but hey, I am showing you real life, the realistic side to this whole process of me trying to change my life, the whole thing. It makes me feel really ashamed talking about Kate in 2021. I'm a bit embarrassed, I guess, about that. So it is 6 minutes past 10. I'm gonna head to bed. Set the alarms properly tonight, because I did realise that I did not put the vibration on my alarm, and that might be the reason why I didn't hear it. My bad. I might have gotten a little bit distracted. I carried on doing stuff on my laptop for a little bit too long, although I will say the snooze button on that alarm has literally saved me more than once this evening. Maybe even that's like a little micro change. Instead of pressing stop on that alarm, press snooze and snooze and snooze until you are in bed, because I know what you're like. Well, I know what I'm like. I get distracted. Anyway, I just wanted to turn on multiple alarms this time and make sure all the vibration is on, and then I'm gonna open my curtain. I'm gonna go in the 6:30. That's the one, isn't it? That's the evil one. 6:25. 6:30, 6:45 and 7. The multi alarm system. I'm gonna repeat to myself before I go to sleep. I'm gonna wake up at 6:30. I don't know if I explained it properly last night, but it's just basically just setting that intention in place. When the alarm goes off, it's like, oh wait, no, we're getting up at 6:30. After seeing all of that footage earlier, it makes me really embarrassed, it makes me really emotional, but it also makes me kind of determined to make her proud and make it work this time. I'm gonna wake up at 6:30. It is now 10:40. Just reply to a couple of comments really quick. Shouldn't really be on my phone before bed. I do dislike that, and that is a habit I will try and remove as time goes on. I'm just gonna change the timer on my LED lights. My do not disturb is on. I'm gonna go to bed now, and I will see you at 6:30. 6:30. Let's do it. What kind of alarm is this? So now Patrick to not go back to sleep, right? Oh, but it's so comfy. A really good tip to use in this circumstance. Use the 5-second rule. You count back from 5. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you just get up. It interrupts the thought. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're up. Okay, well that's one way to wake up. Could that be a micro change? No. Now that drama's over.
Keep breathing, noticing how the body expands.
It is now actually 7:05. I think you know what I need to do. I need to go outside and I need to see my sunlight. It feels really great to already be up, already meditated by 7:05, because it actually does make a really big difference, and I'm really glad that I get to soak in the sunlight through my window. Like, give it a month and it will all be dark in the morning. In fact, probably by the time you're seeing this, it will be dark in the mornings. So I'm just gonna try and enjoy this as much as possible. Let's go outside.
I feel really agitated right now. I think going for a walk would really help that. I don't really want to be walking around my garden. I've just waxed some SPF on my face, but I'm gonna go for a walk with my parents. My parents have gone a different way, by the way. It's kind of really sad that I've completely dissociated. It's like the first time I've been for a walk on my own for a long time. Walk is done, and I'm so proud of myself, because going for a walk by myself is A, something that I struggle with, and B, something I've not done in a hot while. And you'll see clips of that walk in a future video. I do want to talk about the issue of me not being able to go outside and feeling unsafe and stuff. So that will all come in another video. But for now, it's 8:05. So already I've done 3 really good habits that I want to implement into my morning routine. This is a good starting point. It's a starting point. If you know, you know. A little bit later, my hair is kind of crazy. I don't know what's going on, but we're just gonna have to go with it. The walk this morning has shifted something. I think it's just kind of really helped me feel ready for the day, or like motivated. I feel like it's kind of like lifted that flatness that I've been in for a couple of days. That walk has kind of elevated something in my brain. Something's changed. The little light switch has been switched back on. So if you're feeling flat, I highly recommend going for a walk. It is like 9 o'clock. I am giving myself the night off. Not gonna do any work. I'm gonna chill out with some Netflix tonight. My alarm goes off in like 45 minutes, so just gonna take some time, maybe watch something easy like Superstore. Okay, we're back on the camera. It is not a good time. It's 7:30. No, what? It's 10:30. Well, I was gonna say 8:30. I was gonna say, yeah, I'm on track. No, it's 10:30. Basically, I was on FaceTime for a while. Also, I decided to impromptuly, is that a word, impromptuly? It should be. Impromptuly post a reel at like 9:45 or something. That was my bad. I should not have done that, but hey, we live and we learn. I've done something to my back and I don't know what it is, but it's not good. And I feel very much in a hyper mood. I've had 2 orders today from my Etsy shop and I'm like, wow, 2 orders in a day? Okay. I appreciate you. You know who you are. Well, maybe you don't, but if you've purchased from my shop, I really appreciate you. You get that Etsy notification and it's like, what? house. Anyway, I'm rambling too much, doing more rambling than I should be sleeping. Good luck trying to get to sleep with this brain that's going like this at the moment. Oh, there you go. Get your ass to bed. I have been snoozing that since 9:45. Like with last night, the snoozing has really helped me to be like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing this and I'm supposed to be getting ready for bed. I'm really tired, but it's 11:15 and I'm like, wow. I do want to reply to some comments and messages on Instagram. Oh, it's a bad move, it's a bad move. But I'm going to set myself a 5-minute timer. 5-minute timer to answer 2 people. Tomorrow, I'm waking up at 6:15. Boom. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open more of my curtains tonight. Like, I'm going to open it. Really get the sunlight in my eyes in the morning. I actually don't know what time the sun rises. Hey Siri. That should be outlawed. We're in for yeah. Okay, I've got a time set. I'm gonna reply really quickly to a couple of people. Does anyone else put too many emojis? I always put so many and then I have to go through my message again and delete them. On second thoughts, I probably shouldn't message anyone, even though I just have, because my brain doesn't work. Even though it's like zooming and like go to message someone, I'm like, what words do I say again? Do not disturb is on space. Nighttime SOS, which I definitely need at the moment, and then racing mind. That's exactly what I need right now. Right, we're going for 6:14. That's going to come on the same time as my alarm. It works very efficiently when both things come on together, especially when it comes to winter and it's completely dark inside. Like, this is like perfect. The final thing before we go to bed, I'm going to wake up at 6:15 a.m. obviously. I am going to wake up at 6:15. See you in the morning. This is gonna sound really obvious, but I think I need to go to bed earlier in order to make this work. Oh, really? Yeah, you poop? Tonight, I'm talking freaking 10 o'clock. Anything from 10:30 is banned, okay? 10:15 is a magic number. 10 o'clock would be ideal. 10:30 latest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm up. To be fair, at this time of year, that micro change is not going to work. But what I did do last year when my alarm went off is I went like this. Oh. Hello? It's dodgy wiring, that one. Bright overhead lights helps you to wake up. There's a tip. Instead of doing that, switch that out for that in winter. I'm gonna crack on with my day, I suppose. Let's do it properly tonight. Properly, Kate, properly. It is bang on 6 o'clock. I am currently packing because I'm going to surprise my boyfriend tomorrow. Fingers crossed. The stress is high, the stress. So I'm kind of, you know, like packing, but everywhere is also a mess. And it's like, I'm literally going for 2 days. I don't need to pack all of this. But I'm an anxiety packer, so I pack everything. So I imagine that's what I'm going to be doing tonight, but I really want to get to bed early because I have my annual review tomorrow. Annual review is just like a big MOT checkup for my cystic fibrosis, and that is an earlier start. But we have to leave the house at, I want to say 6:45? It's fine, I'm the queen at waking up early now, right? Right. So I really do need to go to bed early tonight, but I also do need to pack everything without my boyfriend knowing. I mean, it's not like he's here, but like in case he FaceTimes and I'm like, hi, yeah, look at me. Oh, yeah, the suitcase in the background, fine. I imagine it's going to be a very busy evening. Plus I need to go in the shower and wash my lovely greasy hair. It's a very busy evening. I don't know why I'm talking to you. Good luck to me, good luck to you, and I will see you in a minute. Okay, it's fine. It's much later now. It's 20 to 11. The reason though, I was on FaceTime to my boyfriend, even though my alarm was going off, and I was like, I really do need to go. When you have like arguments and stuff, it's really hard to be like, okay, I'm gonna go now in the middle of an argument. You can't do that. So yeah, I'm really not feeling great. Man, relationships are hard. You know, there's not much I could have done anyway, but I'm gonna go ahead and set my alarms for the morning. It's gonna be early, 5:50. So I've set my alarms
I wish I'd gone to bed earlier, but hey, it's okay. Adapt, not react. I'm just feeling very mentally fragile at the moment. It's fine, I'm fine. That is also set. I'm gonna put some headspace on, put a meditation on and go to bed. See you in the morning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Weirdly, I actually don't feel as tired as I did yesterday. I'll take it. I really need to get going. This morning is gonna be a military mission.
It's the next week now, and last week I was productive. Last week I was getting up early, and then I went away for the weekend down to my boyfriend's house, and then I come back and I'm like knackered, so then I'm like sleeping in late, and then it's just like a roll-on effect, and now I'm like an absolute mess. I have no concentration, I don't have a morning routine, I don't have anything, I've not done barely any work. It's a really prime example of me going, whoa, I'm doing stuff, and now I've pinged back and I'm literally in square one. Like this morning I woke up at 9. I've been very distracted, I've not been there. Just thought I would document that because this isn't linear, and this is another prime example of that. This whole week of me trying to wake up at 6 AM has made me realise just how important it is to set boundaries in the evenings. Just like I have my little boundaries in the mornings of my do not disturb, I need to apply that to my evenings. The boundary of not working so late on my laptop, the boundary of not being on my phone right up until I go to sleep, or the boundary I need to set with FaceTiming my boyfriend so late. The evenings should be about winding down the brain and body for sleep. So Dr. Matthew Walker said that sleep isn't something you flick on and off like a light switch. It's more like guiding a plane down to land. The plane doesn't just fall down from the sky, it has to shift the gears down in order to gradually descend down to the ground. And it's the exact same for sleep. You need to gradually wind down your evening in whatever way works best for you. Things like limiting light exposure to your eyes, like limiting screen time and turning off as many overhead lights as possible, or even having a hot shower or reading before bed. There are so many ways to do this to give yourself the best night's sleep possible and help your body to feel rested the next day. So this has been a very realistic look into my mornings and evenings and me trying to wind back the clock to 6 AM. Don't think I explained it in that last clip very well, but this whole process feels like an elastic band. That week I was doing all of the things. I was getting up early, I was going for morning walks, I was seeing sunlight, I was meditating, and then the week after it just pings back. But even when it does ping back, it's important to accept that it has and try again, and then we ping back, and then we're gonna try again, and we keep trying, like I keep saying in this series. Anyway, I hope this has been somewhat helpful to someone out there, and if you have made it this far, then wow, I am proud of you. This has been a very long video. Thank you so much for watching, and of course I'll see you in the next one.